All right, so this video is going to show you how to find the participation report. And basically, this report is going to show you the percent of students who have tested in each course at your school. So it will show you what percentage of the students have completed Math Grade 3, Math Grade 4, Math Grade 5, and so on. Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2. Now, remember, this is diagnostic, so notice I don't have anything in English here, because remember, English is reading fluency. It's not a diagnostic that's taken like math does. For the interims, you will use that same approach for both math and ELA. So when we take the fall assessment, the spring assessment, winter assessment, and summer assessment, remember, summer assessment is optional, um, then you will look for both math and ELA. But for the diagnostic, it is only math. All right, so let's talk about that. All right, it's a very simple process. So you're going to go to My ANet. So notice I'm on the dashboard. Looks something like this. Where you want to go now, though, is the little tab here that says Performance. So click on Performance, and you're going to get this. All the way at the bottom where you see data export, you can click on data export. When you click on data export, you then get this. Okay, the the participation report is this blue button right here. That's what you want, the blue button. All right, it does not matter, by the way, and even when you do the interims, it does not matter whether you click on math. Right now, there's just math because the diagnostic is only math. But when you do the interims, you'll have ELA. But it does not matter whether you do all cycles or certain cycles, um, whether you do math or ELA. When you click this button right here, that blue button, it's going to list everything at your school. All the, so if we're at the spring assessment, it's going to list all the interims. So you would just have to filter and get rid of the stuff you don't need. All right, so just to let you know, as we move along the year, when you click on this button for the participation report, you are going to have to filter to remove what you don't need. All right, so you click on this, and when you click on this, it is going to send this spreadsheet to your email. So you go to your email, and you open the file. All right, so let me kind of show you what that looks like. All right, so this is what you're going to be sent. Now, you're only going to have your school, so only your school's going to be listed. So I have all schools. So let me go ahead and just expand all of these. All right, so I expanded each of those columns. All right, so basically, now notice, I want you to see something. You have ELA, right? And notice ELA, and right here, if you let me expand this further. Student assessed, students enrolled, percent assessed, and then you don't need anything here. All this is blank anyway. So if you want to, you can just delete if you prefer. All right, so take all that out. But what you're interested in is this last column right here. And you're also interested in this, how many students are enrolled in the course and how many students were assessed. Now, just a reminder, in order for students, in order for this column right here to be accurate, and we've talked about this before, in order for this column, the students enrollment column, to be accurate, the students have to be rostered to an active EBR employee, meaning that that employee has to have an EBR email address. So if you have the word staff, then just to let you know, you could see 100% right here, see 100%, and this be incorrect because it could be that there's one class of 30 students that are not rostered to an active EBR employee. So the point being, if this column here is accurate, every student is accounted for, then this will be an accurate assessment, percent assessment. If there's one or two classes that are not rostered to an active EBR employee, then obviously you know that this is not accurate either. So even though you see 100%, if this is not accurate, then obviously this is incorrect. Okay, so when you look at this report, you have to make sure that you understand that in order for you to agree with this percentage, you have to make sure that those numbers in student enroll are correct. All right. Okay, now let's go back to ELA. So notice ELA says 0%. It's supposed to, right? It's supposed to, because there is no ELA diagnostic. Remember, ELA is reading fluency only. That is done outside of ANet. That is something that the school does one-on-one with each individual student that has to take the reading fluency based on the gating criteria. So I'm going to go here, the little blue bar, the little triangle here in the corner, and you see, notice there's a little plus sign. I'm going to click on that, and then it highlights it. Then I'm going to go to data, and then I'm going to go to filter. And so I'm going to go where it says subject. I'm going to go ahead and remove all ELA. All right, and so now you're only left with math. All right, and so now, and I'm going to go to, see where it says Baton Rouge Center for Visual and Performing Arts. So they have grade 3, grade 4. Let me kind of do this, highlighting. Grade 3, 4, and 5. So notice, as long as it is true that they have 74 students enrolled in grade 3 math, 77 students enrolled in grade 4 math, 70 students enrolled in grade 5 math, meaning that there is no class rostered to an inactive EBR employee, then they can rest assured that this percentage is correct. And notice the goal is to get close to 100% as possible. So notice there's 73 students that were assessed and out of 74. So then that ANet coordinator or the backup can go to the classes and determine from there which student has not tested yet, and then just try and get that student tested. You still have time. You have until September 15th. And so in grade 4, 73 out of 77. So there's about 4 students there as well, right? So you still have time to determine who are those 4 students and get them tested to get to 100%. So the goal is to get close to 100% as possible. All right, and then when we go to, let's say, Baton Rouge Flame, notice that they have 0%. All right, so it could be that the principal wants to wait a little bit longer for various reasons. But remember, you still have 3 weeks left, um, September 15th. Just know, though, that your executive director will begin looking at this report and will begin having conversations with your leadership team at the school. When we go to Baton Rouge Magnet High School, notice, let me go ahead and expand this one as well. All right, notice Algebra 1, there are 221 students in the course, 109 were assessed. So there's still some work here that Baton Rouge High has to do with regards to Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry. Bel Air High School, same thing, right? And so on. So that is how you do this. So that is how you determine the percentage of students that were assessed. Now remember, let's say this again, this column here, students enrolled, is based on, those numbers is based on those students that are rostered to active EBR employees. So employees with an EBR email address. So if you do have a situation, and we've talked about this before, and your principals know about this, but if you do have a situation where there is a class that is not rostered to an active EBR employee, you can always go into JCampus and temporarily put in an active EBR employee. It could be yourself, it could be the AP, it could be the librarian, it could be the dean of students, anyone with an active EBR email address. All right. Now, once you do that, though, it takes about 48 hours for for a test to be available for the student in Clever. All right, so I believe that should help you with this task on how to determine the percent of students who have tested in each course. All right, so if you have any questions, you can always email me or call me. All right, so have a great day.